Hello, strangelings. So, as this is the first video of the official new year, I'd like to welcome you all to 2025. Hopefully, it's not as reported to be, I guess. And of course, welcome back to the card channel. This year, we're going to try to do something a little different. I have this. Now, if you guys had seen any videos before the reboot, you guys know, possibly, that I had some tall jars, and these tall jars had, one had letter and number beads, and the other had word and shape beads, and I was kind of using them to, you know, possibly give clues for readings as something I could do as a part of the channel. And that really didn't pan out too far. So this year I want to actually try to pull 3 beads at the beginning of each reading and see if that maybe gives us an idea of the person that the reading is for. So this is going to be loud, so I'm going to go ahead and mute it, so please forgive me. Oh, Lord. Please don't worry about thanking me for muting it. Aha. And this is not the tool I want to use. I have this pinch tea diffuser, and I can't find it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up another one at some point, but for right now, this will work. I just basically don't want to feel them myself, so that I am not putting particular ones out here from feeling. So this is how I'm gonna do it. Heard 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have white heart, an H. Let me see if I can focus this. Hold on one moment. A white heart, H, and a yellow S. I don't think the color of the S matters. But we have a heart, an H, an S. There's white and yellow. If that makes any kind of anything for anyone, and just so I can get this to stay in good focus, let me do that. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and put these where you guys will be able to see them, but where they will be out of the way. There we go. All right, so make sure. I did not plan that. Just how it is. And you won't find me sitting here with the I've got my monitor going as to what we're doing here, but you won't find me sitting here showing you what's in the cut. Hold on one second, guys. Let me get this out of studio mode. That might actually help me a lot. Just because I can get it, that's okay. All right. I've had my monitor on so that I can make sure that my cards are in scene the whole time. So, and I just set up the cameras a little bit differently, and that is so that I can, unfortunately my tripod gave me issues, And I don't have a wall mount like I want yet. So, that comes tax time. So, right now, I just redid the setup, and I'm not used to where the face camera is. And so I'm looking up here to check, and then I'm trying to find where the face cam is. So sorry, guys, if I'm not looking at you. It's not because I'm doing something shady or because I feel like I can't look at you today for some reason. It's just because I can't remember where the camera is right now. I literally changed it a couple minutes ago because of the fact that I couldn't reach the things I needed to reach with the cords I have. And it's not that I couldn't change the cords, it's that, I mean, I only have so much room in my space, so I kind of got to do it right in the first place. Enough about my office. Man, there's going to be so many changes happening. Hopefully all goes right. Those changes will be happening relatively quickly. But I can't control all circumstances in my life, just like everybody else. So we'll see. Hopefully it does. Enough about me. So, as I said, this reading should have something to do with an H, an S, a heart, possibly with white and or yellow. So, if that is anything that resounds with you, if these things seem like they're clarifying that maybe it's you that they're talking to, well, maybe listen up. And either way, it's good to listen anyway, because the Grayons always like to give advice anyway. Even if it's not specifically for your current situation, even if it's kind of slyly giving advice that's good for everyone, sometimes they like to do that. Okay, which side's up again? Okay. I can't help it, guys. My brain was already wired backwards, and then somebody decided to make sure that it didn't develop the same either. Okay, so that's up. Now, I am going to, of course, pull these cards out for me first. And that's because, guys, I am your reader. I am trying to read what is going on for you. Now, I will go ahead and show you what the cards are. However, just so you know, in a face-to-face, I don't always pull the cards over for people to see what it is, because I'm the one who's trying to interpret what's going on in here. So, we're going to go ahead and cut these cards. That feels too easy, honestly. I'll see what card that was as I think I'll see what card that was as I go through in here. I'm sure. All right, so I'm gonna put these, no. There we go. Remember, guys, I love to keep them in view for you so that you're not blindsided by a card suddenly coming out. Okay, we start with the Empress. All right, so this is somebody who is possibly more towards feminine, but exudes largeness, not size, but grandeur. Exudes grandeur. That's what I was looking for. Feels like they were captured by fate. And this has caused a disconnect. to something that you were priorly connected to, something that you had been connected to probably your whole, I would say, youth. Honestly, from what I'm seeing here, I feel like this is something that happened around teenhood. You were kept like practically royalty in your childhood by those around you, your parents, your grandparents, the community around you kept you as if you were almost royalty. But something happened in your teenhood that made you feel mentally and physically blindsided, made you feel like your entire world had turned upside down. And because of it, at this point, I don't know, how long ago this happened. There's no timeline that we got here. There's no numbers, so I can't assume there's a timeline here. But whenever this happened, this caused you to feel as if you were disconnected to the world around you, to the community around you, to everyone. And not only did it make you feel this way, but you still feel this way to this day. And I do feel there's been years that have passed, but you still feel this way to this day. And that's where we are. We are now in the present. So now it's time to look to the future. Okay. Okay. And what is... I see. Okay. So, looking to the future. It seems that they believe you have a choice to make. My grands see this choice in two ways. This is a calm and grow your harvest. This, of course, is Pentacles. It's talking about material wealth. But in this card, it's a slow, progressive growth of that wealth. It's a doing it through efforts of yours. It's a putting into what gives to you kind of getting that more monetary type of resource. Or, on the other hand of the decision, is the world. Unfortunately, it seems like the world in that decision might actually be more likely to give you a solitary and bumpy road type of existence, if that makes sense. Things won't be, it won't be like practically war every time you want to do something. It won't be there is constantly someone fighting you for you to be able to get what you need done. However, it's not going to be the easiest road either. It's going to be more of you're still going to have to put in the work. It's as if no matter which direction you go, you do have to put in the work. And while the world seems pleasing, it's going to be something that your life is going to be spent in slightly more hardship than you would if you would instead do the hard work, yet do the actual not just physical work, but mental, and maybe even, I guess, as most people would consider it, spiritual work as well, which means, of course, instead of constantly toiling, that kind of a life actually requires putting the time in to work on the self and take time to relax, to be able to, you know, recoup and regenerate. So right now you might be feeling lost and alone. And unfortunately, this only has one answer as to whether that is going to be constant, and that is if you choose to embrace the world, as it were, in however that is presenting itself to you. If you choose to embrace the world, that is going to be more of a life of solitude, compared to if you choose to stay where you are and cultivate your abundance. It doesn't really speak to whether you'll be alone or not. You may be alone during your cultivation moments, but perhaps your life will be less lonely during your rest times, during your healing periods, things like that. That has yet to bear out. This seems to be more of a long-term reading. This is telling you what these two decisions will end up in the very long term, where you will end your story. Either you will end your story cultivating, possibly in a community, or you will end your story living a life where you have been seen in the world, yet you were, for the most part, essentially alone. I mean, both lives have their pros and cons, so I suppose it's probably going to be a hard choice to make. And when we see this card, her blindfold, her indecision, the heaviness of the swords, all weigh in. This is probably not an easy decision to make. So, I can just say, I really hope everything goes well. I hope everything goes the way that you're hoping it will go. No matter which path you choose. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope it got to the person it's supposed to get to. Again, we are looking for probably an H, an S, and something involving the heart. Sorry guys, a fly just decided to land on my bonnet. H, S, heart, possibly white and or yellow. Guys, I have only one thing left to say to you. This fly is bugging me, and that's not what it is. Remember guys, no matter who you are, unless maybe you're this fly, I love you, and take care of each other.